What do men quietly crave in relationships that they rarely say out loud?
Sex.
Initiation.
Initiation.
Mm.
Initiation of sex.
Yeah.
Oh,
Same,
Yeah.
same,
threshold
same,
sex.
same,
Yeah.
Oh,
same,
Yeah,
same.
same,
whoa.
same,
Okay,
same
sorry.
thing.
Sex,
Mhm,
initiation of sex with sex.
mhm.
Okay, so is it, so the initiation of sex. So which one is it first though? Is it the
Well, that
sex?
leads to
Exactly.
the
Okay,
hanky
all
panky.
You get your
You know what I'm
back
saying?
broken when you initiate it because it's a turn on the man.
Oh, you get your back broke when you initiate, ladies. Welcome to the Keepsake Corner. Y'all know what it is, and y'all like, wait, hold on. It's a lot of fellas up in the corner. Yes, of course, because it's been a long time coming, trying to
Finally
get
here.
all my fellas up in here. So, welcome to the Keepsake. So, let's do the Keepsake toast, y'all. Raise your glass, raise your glass.
Yeah.
Oh snap! Usually I be having to get over here. All right, bring it in some kind of way.
Yeah.
Shake,
Ching,
shake.
ching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sip, sip. Oh, I am excited about this. So y'all go ahead. Now this is where you guys introduce yourself because y'all my fellas. I can go on like this, and y'all see the
Yeah.
cute one over there. That's the cute one over there
A
with the
pretty
beard
one.
over
Pretty
here.
boy.
That's the cute one
That's
right
pretty
there.
Ricky though.
Pretty
That's
Ricky,
pretty
what they
Ricky.
call
Pretty
it.
Ricky, what they call him.
Yeah.
Well, fellas, go ahead and introduce yourself while I
Salute,
sip.
salute. I'm AB of the One Thing for Show podcast.
Yeah, I'm Antron of the One Thing for Show podcast.
You know, I'm Silver Fox O of the One for Thing
There you
Show
go. Silver
podcast.
Fox.
Silver Fox. Oh, it's crazy.
Silver.
We
Yes,
have
he
never
is
called him that.
Never.
He's never
silver.
been
And
known
never
as that.
will call him that either.
He's never been known as that. He's
Cause he said it's
just oh.
smooth, like AKA called
AKA Big O.
big
Just the letter too. It's just the letter.
Yeah.
Just oh.
Oh, that's all it is.
But we are the One Thing for Show podcast. You know,
Okay.
Hmm.
been a long time coming. We so thankful, Kenya. I mean, she's been invited us. We just had our schedules and stuff had to align.
Had
But
to get it together,
we
man.
thankful, man. You got a nice studio here. We thanks for having us,
Yeah.
man. We excited. We
Thank
excited.
you guys.
I
Oh my
I'm ready.
goodness. So when I did your show, of course, I was like, oh, this is where it's at. So y'all go check out their show, YouTube, TikTok, where what platforms we on?
We
YouTube,
On
Instagram,
everything.
TikTok,
Everything.
Facebook. One Thing for Show.
Everything.
One Thing for Show. FASHO for
Oh,
show.
Right.
for sure.
Because
Yeah.
I remember when I was first introduced, I was typing it in and y'all, and I was like, for sure.
Right.
One. It went
No, no.
for sure.
Yeah,
For
because
sure.
we don't talk like we don't say for sure. Like, that's how we say it for sure.
Right.
and it's all separate words. One thing
Yeah.
for show.
Hmm.
FASHO. So you'll find us. You know what I mean. So
Like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend to
yeah,
tell a
So you
friend.
trying to sound
yeah,
like
man.
fabulous FABOLOUS.
Mm.
Yo.
Hey. So let's get back to this sex thing because my girlies want to know. Actually, you know what? I ain't even gonna put it like that because there's a percentage over here that don't want to know, that really don't care. But it is some over here that kind of do want to know. When you guys say initiation of sex, and so why don't you guys say it out loud?
Shit, I don't know. I don't
It
know why we don't
depends on
say
it
it. I
depends
just
on the
think
mood because women they tend to shy away from it. Like, oh, I'm tired. I'm this. I'm that. I still gotta take a shower, take care of the kids. That's a whole lot of different things.
it's the same thing as women. Y'all want to know that y'all are wanted. It's the same thing. Like, we want to be wanted too. Like, for me, I don't want it if you saying, "Oh, I'm tired." That ain't.
Yeah,
I want
yeah, just no.
the energy reciprocated.
Touch me on my outsides. No, no,
You feel me?
no, but like me, I will, it will become a conversation. Like we've talked about it. Like, hey, you know what I mean? I think women just a little bit that women have more moods, more emotions, more things going on during the month and stuff like that. We have the same. We have moods and stuff like that, but that don't trump sex. Like I could be in a bad mood, but it's like if you can change my mood. You know what I mean?
That's that peace part. You
You
know
know
what I
what I
mean?
mean?
When men say we need our peace, we need peace.
That's a part of
See,
the
women
piece.
probably you probably can't change their mood. Like they're in that mood. Like if you initiate sex, that might be even like, hold on, how you going? I'm not that's probably not how you want to come at her if she in the mood or whatever. You have to change your mood, then you lead to that. But as far as men, sometimes that may be like, say if you sit you oh sorry,
That's
I'm
all
sorry. Hey, you
right.
standing up.
you
are
know about Tina?
you standing up, or you are whatever you're doing, and she kind of graze across you or whatever like that. It's like you might be like, wait a minute. I mean,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
yeah,
Hold on.
that little initiation could kind of like change your mood or whatever it may be.
Because we looking at you. We definitely watching you.
Always.
Walking through the house.
I
You
always been
got your
watching my
gowns
girl when
on.
she
You
shake.
got your shorts on. We looking
Yeah,
at you. So
always.
a little brush up, a purposely brush up.
Yeah,
We feeling that.
Look at
a
that,
little
Yeah.
attention. A little attention. You know what I mean?
y'all got y'all notebooks. I know y'all do, cause write that down. They looking. They watching.
Yeah, we
Always.
But do
watching.
you think women don't know that?
Yeah, y'all
So I
know.
was gonna get in there. I was gonna say we know y'all watching.
Yeah.
That's why we do a little.
That's why
Exactly.
y'all put
But
that.
even as
Mhm.
even outside of watching, knowing that we would like that, because I feel like sometimes you got women know that we like that so much, but they know if I do that, that's going to lead to
But
that.
And I
So
don't
it's
want to do
like
that.
I don't want to throw his mind off. If I kind of do anything sexual, that means he gonna automatically, and I may not feel like that. It's like, but we feel
but
like
you
that.
can't be doing things like that if you know that's where we at.
Exactly.
So and that's a part of the initiation too. So it's like if you know we like that and you on the same page we are, just come and jump, just sit on my lap or something and show me what's up. Like
My
what you want.
initiation. My
Show me what's up.
initiation
It's
is.
crazy.
My initiation is this. I grab by the throat, give him a kiss, and if you don't do nothing, if you be like, I like this, I know you don't want it, and we can't do nothing for the rest of the day.
The rest of the day. Yeah.
If you grab her by her neck and
Just
she
gently.
Yeah, you
turns,
damn near choked to the death. That's
but
why.
that and she
Hey, that's
turned, that's
hey,
gonna let
hey.
you know that she don't want it.
Yeah, like you know what I mean. Give me a kiss, baby.
Nah, she like, nigga, I can't breathe.
Nah,
Nah,
Right.
my
let me
girl,
Why?
go.
my girl.
Right.
Let me go,
Why it
nigga. I
couldn't be the
can't breathe.
hips?
I mean, I can grab her from behind the hips. You know what I mean? There's that too. It's different stuff, but you know what I mean.
I'm just saying, I
I'm a
don't know.
thug in
My
the
first
sheets.
reaction is you come from me gently. I mean,
Yeah.
now I'm
No,
not saying I don't
see,
like it
y'all were
that
trying to
way.
make it overbearing now. I'm trying to be
Well,
seductive a little
because we're
bit.
talking about initiation.
Yeah, that's initiation.
That's during.
That nah, that's before and
Can
after.
you bring the mic up a little bit closer to
Just a
you?
little bit. Just a
Yeah,
little
and
bit.
turn it towards you. There you go. Yeah,
Right there.
yeah, there you go.
Y'all hear me?
Sorry,
Talk
I'm
to me. Y'all
just
talk back. It's all right. Let me tell y'all about my boy. He perfectionist.
Very
yeah. I'm
Gotta
meticulous.
sorry.
be. You talk about he watching. He watching all the technical
Yeah,
stuff right
exactly.
now
Yeah,
that's
he's
happening,
a rapper,
y'all.
so he used to these things. He's a rapper.
FABO. Give me spit some real quick. No, we ain't gonna spit right here.
Podcast,
Yeah,
That's
if
what we
man.
y'all
gonna
check if y'all check out the one thing we showed the intro, that's him rapping.
Yep.
Hey, I'm gonna have to get him in the
Weiss.
keepsake corner.
WYCE.
Wise.
Yep.
But
My
boy,
boy.
wise. Yes, but wouldn't back in the day, didn't we call that a tease? When they
Yeah.
doing it and they know they ain't ready to
And that
give it up.
that's throughout
That's
the
when they used to
day.
get beat up.
That's throughout the day
Wait,
or
what?
What?
when
What?
y'all meet up.
Did he? Hold on.
You said
Hold on.
what? What you said?
I was playing.
Hold
Get
on.
beat up.
Hold on.
Beat up.
But,
How to get a Rico?
flicky.
See, we talking choking and everything else.
Right, all aggressive. This, I
I'm a
mean,
little concerned
Very
about
aggressive.
Silverback over there.
Yeah, but the
I got that
tease
silverback aggression.
the tease could be the initiation. Like when y'all
Mm-hmm.
doing certain things and y'all teasing us because you know that's what we like.
Mm-hmm.
That could be a form of initiation. But most of the like we're talking about actually going for it and like basically just pull it out. That's
Mm-hmm.
basically what we're saying initiation because that's what we doing.
Mm-hmm.
wait,
Other
what?
than
Oh,
Wait,
okay.
what?
other look,
Wait,
Okay.
what?
yeah, look,
He's saying y'all just whipping it out. That's
other,
What?
y'all
look,
initiation.
because
The whip
we
out is the initiation.
What kind of
yeah
podcast is
because
this?
look because we touching right, we touching, we
Y'all
rubbing,
touching.
we touching everywhere. So that's what we expect too. Like like you just said, nigga, touch my outsides. Nigga, come
Yes.
on, man.
Hey,
Yes.
what do you mean by that?
Then he said,
Buy some water. Nah, but
Oh, you
no,
want her to
no,
rub on your booty?
no,
You want her
definitely.
to rub on your booty?
No. I think definitely.
All
But
right.
when you brought up the tease, I think most men like the tease.
Yeah.
I think that's the chase. That's the chase. It's like we kind of like we we hunters at the same time. So that's I'm more turned on by the tease than anything. If you just walk in naked, I'm like, "Ugh, what the hell you doing?
that
Why is you
reminds me
naked?
of, I know
But
y'all.
what if what
I
if
mean,
that's her initiation?
unless it's been
Okay,
What if that's her initiation?
no.
wait. What if that's
No,
her
no, unless it's been a while,
initiation?
then I might be like, all right. But I'm saying if it's just random,
See, but that was my same reaction to the show. Like, whoa, ah,
yeah,
woo.
yeah.
Hey, trust me, there's a lot of women
No, you're absolutely correct.
who love it just a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm not
just
saying
a little bit, just a little bit. I had so many questions. That was funny. The T's okay for my the other question gonna come back, but for my married guys, because I talk to a lot of my fellas, and there's a percentage over here and there's a percentage over here. But I had one group of fellas, and they were specifically saying that married coochie changes. Once once the woman is married, that coochie is not what it was before you was married. Y'all don't get it as much as obligation. That was the word I came up with. I said, "Is it obligation?" They said exactly. Because talk to me about that. I'm unmarried. I was engaged and unengaged, so I don't have married coochie right now.
So I would like to hear what they saying, what the context it changes. I don't know what it changes to, but yeah, if you want to be real,
not getting it,
to not getting
to
it,
obligation.
but that's all. That's
to
all.
oh wait, the pillow princess. Now they're
Yeah.
pillow princess. They don't do and then when they talked about on my last podcast, y'all, I just learned this term lettuce.
What is that?
Lettuce.
I'm lost.
Head of lettuce. Y'all never heard that either. See, on my last show, if y'all
I'm
go back
still
to the
confused.
other show, that's another term for head because it's head of lettuce, right?
So people, men is like, can I get some lettuce?
So that was I just learned that on a couple episodes. Y'all go back to the Keep Set Corner. I
So
just
wait,
learned
hold
that.
on, you gotta break this
Is
down.
They just said instead of that's a new term
So
for
that's like
head
they
is
asking for
lettuce.
lettuce.
Right. So what I'm saying is that married coochie also turns into dry mouth, and they don't give head anymore to their husbands. They'll get lettuce no more to their husbands. Now again, it's percentages, but talk to me more.
So what percentage is higher than they? I mean lower.
Um, it,
I mean, you would.
the one I'm speaking of right now is higher.
all right. So look,
Unfortunately,
I've been married. I got 17 years in the game.
17.
17.
Yeah. Shout out to the number 17.
Yeah,
Y'all know what it is.
17 years married, and I mean, when you incorporate scheduling, both of y'all working, commuting, and all that stuff, kids, yes, of course it's gonna change, obviously. And then yeah, you might go through a spell where it's like y'all both just like not even on the same page with shit. That's what happens. The longer you together, you're gonna go through that shit. But you gotta find somewhere to keep it fresh.
So the coochie changes.
It's not. It's. I mean, they saying. I know what you're saying, but
No, because that's what this specific group of guys
I think we
was
as
basically saying.
people change throughout the years.
We as people change.
Yeah, I think
Stop
you
blaming it on coochie.
Right, there you go. Stop
yeah.
blaming it on
If the
coochie.
coochie changing, something wrong. But
Maybe the coochie ain't yours no more if it's changing.
I think yeah, like he was saying, I mean, I've been married ooh. Damn, that's a wild question, man. I've been married since '07. It's like 18 years. 18 years I've been
18
married.
years.
Just had our anniversary March 31st. I think yeah, of course, with time, and that's on both parts too. We can't just blame it on a woman, but I think time, kid scheduling and everything like that, work schedules. If you really add up the time you have to have that time, like my wife get home, I get home earlier. She get home like 7 o'clock. You know what I mean? So to try to get home, have that time with the kids, eat, cook, whatever. Most of the time I'm cooking or whatever like that, but whatever little time she doing what she doing, and by the time we getting established, and then I got a 6-year-old, he's still mama's baby, so it's like we trying to figure that out to like, yeah, you got to get on up out of here.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's things that come into play with that, so it's like you have to make time, you have to find time for that. It is a little harder when you have kids and your scheduling, but you have to find time. But I think it's also on whichever person is there first, you kind of have to help out. So like I try to make sure things are done. So when my wife get home, she doesn't have much to do. So all she gotta do is go get in the shower and throw something on. I mean, so it's like so
Yeah, don't come out naked.
I mean you come on naked too. You come on naked too.
So basically, the percentage is gonna go.
You just gotta help
Right,
each other.
yes, I'm
I
adding
think
my percentage up, right? Because they are specifically saying like once the woman is married, it's just like
So, like I said, the thing is, even what he's saying, like I get home earlier than my wife too, but the reality is that don't happen all the time because we work, we get home, we sleep, we take our little 40-year-old nap and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
nap
So
dates.
yeah, so by the time we wake up, she might just be coming home. So we either doing it together or I might be lazy that day. I don't want to do shit. You
I
know what
would
I'm
say
saying?
this. I would say this at the end of the day. We're not young no more. We can't fuck all day. We got responsibilities.
Mm.
That's
Now
all
I
it
could do it
is.
all day.
That's a
It
good.
depends on
He said, he said,
it
forget what you
depends
talking
on the
about, you
day.
unmarried
And
man.
we all,
I
and
can
we
do it
all,
all
and
day,
we at home.
okay?
I'm
No,
just
no,
saying.
we like it. Like, all right, I apologize. Like if, like he was about to say, if we just us two at home, yeah, we fuck at least 3 times a day.
At
What
But
least, at least three.
what I'm saying is basically you have to work together and to get that time. It's more about time.
Mm-hmm.
It's more about time, and then because I think like for me like if she doesn't have much to do, then you can she can get into that time. And but I think it's also important to kind of like throughout the day you have to have that kind of like we sext each other like I mean and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't really like a romantic that it starts early. It don't start just at nighttime. If you waiting on that,
Mm-hmm.
it's like it starts earlier during the day. So you got to kind of have those conversations, little messages back and forth or whatever it may be. So I already know with my wife because I'm like she'll text me like that day. I'm yesterday. I'm like yeah you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
I
Right,
know
right,
by her
right,
conversation. She's like
right.
yeah like you know what I mean. So it's like I already know what it is. But I
Mm-hmm.
mean I already know too. Once you get, I'm ready too. When you get home,
Right,
it's like
right.
it's going down. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just about finding time and stuff like that. Does it slow down? Yes, it definitely does.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, yeah, it does. But
Does it change?
No, coochie don't
no.
change.
No, no, no. I mean, not the coochie. So coochie don't change. All right. No. Does the style change? Does
I
the
think that's goes individual. Like however y'all get down in y'all bedroom, it depends on
okay?
what y'all
So
doing.
it's not like oh, when we was dating and before the kids, she was freaky and she used to,
The
do the
spontaneity,
splits
yeah,
into
right.
the.
It
Does
was more
that
spontaneous,
change?
yeah,
when
when
last
you're
time you
younger
fucked in
than.
front of the laundromat?
Oh, that was a good time. I
I
remember
feel
that
like
story. Not for real. Just like y'all didn't know that
I
story.
feel like
There's
it's
no
gotten
story. There's no
better. I feel
story.
like for me, like my wife is probably a little bit more. We're more experienced. She is a little
Yeah.
probably could be a little more nastier. Like I mean, so that's why I
Mm-hmm.
say it's probably it goes depending on what y'all do, and then you got to kind of bring that out. You got to make it.
Mm-hmm.
You got to keep
Bring it
that
out. Bring it
spiciness. You
out.
got to
Bring it
keep it
out.
spicy, keep it sexy. Out. It can't be boring. You
Last
can't.
time
It
y'all
can't
was
be
fucking on the
boring. You know what I
freeway
mean?
in the backseat.
It can't be boring.
Oh, that was yeah, that was in the
You
20s.
know, as
That
us
was
as
in the
men, we still got
20s.
to we still got to do it ourselves as well.
Yeah.
We have to have our mindset.
But I think you as a man, you're gonna like a woman is gonna be comfortable sexually with you, but you have to kind of get her comfortable, and you'll bring that out. You'll bring that sexiness out, and she just got to trust you and be comfortable with you, and it comes with time. But as far as being in a relationship, being married, it's all about time and stuff like that. You guys got to work together. It's about not so much planning, but making sure things are done to
Mm.
where you don't have so much to do. So when you
Mm.
get home, it's not so much to focus on. If
They,
you come home, my wife come home and the food, the kids and ate or the food is done and everything like that. Everything is set up, the house clean. She ain't really got to do nothing. All
Mm-hmm.
she got to do is go to the bath at that
Mm-hmm.
point, and I'm in here waiting clean. I mean, smelling good. I
And
mean,
that's sexy, y'all. That's a turn on. Okay, hold on. But isn't that so back to the sexting during the day? Isn't that initiation?
Yeah, that's initiation.
on
But
who
I
part? On who part?
What
either,
on
either
hers? Or did you start the sext?
but
No,
you
no.
can't see you can't be that petty to where like, oh, I'm the one that started texting first and then now I'm waiting. Like we can't be that petty. But you do get to a point where it's like you waiting on each other to make that move.
Right.
Yeah.
So is it the consistency of the eating? I'm trying to get for my girlies to understand that y'all need to initiate more. So is it the because no, I've been thinking about this as well because I hear this a lot.
Yeah.
Is it the consistency? Is it the way that they're not initiation? Like, well, yeah, what do you
For me, I'm gonna be consistent on my part. I'm not gonna be like I'm gonna be waiting for you every time.
Okay.
No, but just show it at least at certain times. So
Okay.
show it.
I think it also some women just not like that. They once they get going and once you initiate, that's not to say that they ain't they're not like sexual and stuff like that, but they may not be the initiator.
Right.
Once they may want it,
Mm-hmm.
and like my wife was a little subtle. She's not super aggressive.
Yeah, yeah,
Only
yeah.
moments in time. Sometimes then she'll get a little aggressive, whatever. Like but most of the time she's not that way. Like she's doing the whole little scooting. I mean, like I know what she. You know what I mean. Yeah, like you know what I mean. And she more subtle with it and stuff like that. So it's like that's just her way. She's not super aggressive. She been like that since we was in high school. She come over like act fake sleep. You know what I mean, and then help me even grown up help in the middle of the night helping me like acting like you sleep. Now you helping me like you know what I mean. It's like
Helping you do.
Tooting the
take her
little
drawers
boot,
down.
right?
I mean,
Tooting the little
oh
booty
my kids ain't
hole,
watching
tooting
this.
it. I don't know. I don't know.
But I mean,
Oh, she taking down the pants. She taking off yours.
I'm saying I'm gonna
Yes.
start. I'm starting,
She
and then it's
sliding it
like
to the side.
I'm starting, and then it's like she kind of like
I
like
thought
helping
you.
me
I
like I
thought
That's
you.
what you
mean.
gonna say. She helping you take off your pants.
She at the bottom.
No, my pants already off.
You
Oh,
in here, you
yeah,
lifting up.
it's
She
off.
taking your
It's
underwear
off.
off.
Zipped up.
She slide your boxes to the side.
Girl,
Tuck
hold
your
up,
boxes
hold
to
up.
the
Boxes to the side is
side.
crazy.
That's
Oh,
hard.
Boxes to the side is
To
crazy.
the side.
But no, I mean, so I just it depends on your person, you know what I mean? And then you kind of gotta like, your person, you kind of like if like she's not that way, you kind of come a little bit more.
Yeah.
but
Like
what?
some men probably not be that way. So the women got some women they snatching your boxes
Right.
drawers off. Like I mean,
Absolutely. I am
That's part of
she.
it.
I am she. I'm definitely snatching them off. And I'm a super initiator. That's
but
crazy.
see, sometimes that could scare men. It's like, hold on, damn, you see them
I've been
videos
in
of the
that
man, he be all
situation.
sensitive, like,
Yeah.
dang,
I
clutching his pearls.
And you know
I'm here
what?
like
Okay,
this.
this is good because after so this was gonna be my next question. I was on a panel last night and oh my God. Okay, how am I gonna bring this all together? Because is it a such thing as knowing that you're not on a well, I don't think everybody's always on the same sexual level, right? It could be here and here, but when you hear and hear, right? Um, right, and I'm like, oh, does it work? So
Nope.
bringing it back last night, he played a clip where they was in divorce court. I'm sure it was divorce court because it was Judge Toller, and she was saying how she would wake up and potato salad is on her back and he licking it off and
I seen
then
that one.
did you see that
I
one?
like
Right.
that.
So we talked about it, right? But he in the courtroom like like he getting turned on and she was like, then I woke up and yams was dripping down. He like, yeah, you knew he was freaky.
Right.
Like you knew he was
He didn't just
freaky.
start putting
Yeah,
yams on his
So
that's
Nah.
tongue.
that ain't
right,
the
that's
first
what
time,
they
right?
said on the panel.
Right.
Like he didn't just start
You
that.
don't
You
just
just
surprise
got
nobody
mad
with
or you
potato
got
salad.
tired of it or something got burned.
Yeah,
Some burnt you.
she was just tired of that type of sex. That type of initiation.
That's I mean, so when it comes to like the different levels, because somebody out there wants some green slurped up off their chest. You know, so she was just tired of it. But what do you guys think about that in relationships when when one sex drive is higher than the other?
I think most of the time is like if you got in a relationship with somebody, like you said, you kind of know. So
Exactly.
y'all probably started off to where y'all was together, and then somebody's probably slowed down. At that point, it's like you got to know. Okay, if you know you can't keep up with this, but that person ain't gonna. It's probably gonna take them a while to slow down. So if you know that's how that person is, you got to like either gracefully bow out,
Get them
or
out that kitchen with the
right.
potato
Yeah, I mean,
salad.
if you
I
know
can't stand a pillow princess.
are y'all gonna be Diddy? I mean, or somebody? Or you let him go? You let him go do?
Yeah,
Have
let
another
him go.
Neo be Neo and have another
Hey, I'm
girlfriend.
Neo in this bitch.
See, all
I'm
right.
just saying,
So
like,
here's the thing, right? See, I look okay.
I think it's
My
about
people know when I close my iPad. That's
you
mean
about to start getting to it. Huh?
yes, right. Getting into something
All
that
right.
I wasn't gonna get into, but I was gonna get into. Cassie, Diddy, and Neo, right? So let's go. First of all, let's go Cassie and Diddy. So because we just talked about this last night. So segueing into this, a lot of the folks are saying Cassie knew about the freak offs.
Mhm.
She was
Yeah.
she was willing. She knew. She wanted it.
But
She was great. Now it's a problem, right?
see what I just found out though, she was cheating on Diddy with NFL players now. Like if you could cheat with an NFL player, how come you can't leave? You got this
Interesting.
exactly. Like you got this big thing. Oh, I got all the, you know what I mean? Nah, she knew what she was doing.
She
I have no
knew.
sympathy, especially when they said you cheated multiple times, not just
No
once.
sympathy to what?
To her, this whole case that she got going on.
Okay, so
I'm not gonna say I'm not. I don't care about the. I mean, I'm not stating about the abuse. No,
okay, so
I'm just saying the freak offs and the
Right.
so yeah, that's just their sexcapades.
Right.
That's
Like
it.
we
Right.
said earlier, right? So she was with it. She can be with it, and we said this earlier too. She could be with it all the time until at that day or that moment she say no, then it's no.
Right.
And
Right.
that's just that.
Right.
But then when you get to the point of Diddy and he forcing you, that's where it becomes a problem.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The forcing, yes.
Absolutely the forcing. So, bringing it back to a lighter note, in marriage, right? Is there, because I think we were bringing it back to where in marriage,
Is there a point to where should the wife say no?
yes,
Because
because I don't like to use the word consent. That's too legal for me. All these legal terms. That's why I don't really like touching on the Diddy and the Cassie thing because, of course, the freak Cassie being a part of the freak offs don't have nothing, like you said, to do with her abuse. If she was with it, she was with it. But then it became another part.
right.
But so I'm not using the word consent. But is it, where the wife can start saying no to her husband?
Yep.
It depends on what you believe.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's getting into religion and stuff like that. But you would have to be understanding because what is she saying no for? If she's just saying no just to say no,
Mm-hmm.
I ain't,
Mm-hmm.
then that's something different. You have to understand that. You got to see what's going on. But if it's an issue or the mood ain't there, or she's just really going through something, like I'm just not gonna take no for that. I got to see what's going on.
Yeah, I think the no, it depends on what it is. I mean, anybody have a right to say no. They don't feel like it. But I mean, if it's like a no that they just not into sex no more as far as who, then it's most likely if it's not something health wise or something like that, maybe it's something that with them that they got to figure out. It could be mental too. But if outside of that, it's just like maybe she's just not into you sexually. Now I start your mind can start wondering like that, you know what I mean, as a
Be
man.
reading my mind because
You know
I
what I
was like,
mean?
that was gonna be the next thing. Come on.
Yeah, your mind can start wondering like that, and then if that's the case, then it's like, okay, well, that's another thing. I mean, we gotta maybe I mean, before we just call it quits, we either can go to like some kind of therapy or counseling.
Therapy.
Maybe we can go. It's
Therapy.
probably some kind. I don't know if there's any sexual counseling. Maybe you need to teach me what you like. We can kind of learn each other and learn what each other like before you just give up. Because sex is not the most important thing. It is very
It's a big
important,
part.
but it's not. But it's not the
It's
most important thing.
it's the thing that keeps you together.
Um, I,
Sex.
I I don't want to say that it keeps you together. But it has torn relationships
Yeah,
apart. You
definitely.
know what I mean?
But
But
that's without dialogue though. Like what are we talking about once you say no? Or once we're in a space where we're not having consistent sex. What's the meaning?
Consistency.
Like what are we talking about? Like you said, go to therapy and get an understanding of why.
right.
Maybe she, she got a work husband.
I've been married 18 years and I'm still asking my wife like things like
Yeah.
sexually that what can I improve on? Do you like this? Do you like that? Like still to this
But you
day.
know what?
And
Go ahead.
and then sometimes she like I like this, but then it's like I've learned something new that mean it's like, oh well maybe you could I mean it's like but you have to get her comfortable enough to because most women are gonna be like, nah, you know what I mean? It's like but it's always we can always learn. If you just think if you just think you can't improve on something, then I mean you're a fool. It's like you can always learn and then things change. She may like something back then that she won't differently now and then vice versa as men. It's like, so
That happened
I
to me.
think you always can update and keep asking questions and like, I want to learn my person, and that's what it is. It's communicating,
Like
learning your person, learning what they like.
this is one lady I had way back. She's like, I don't like my ass smacked. I said, all right, I don't smack ass, right? Years later down the road, smacked it, didn't say nothing. Smacked it harder, didn't say nothing. So like he said, it's an update.
Yeah, things
Well, she
change.
told you she didn't like it, nigga. Why you slap her? She didn't say she liked it.
But a year later, but now like a year later, hair pull, smack ass, choke, all that other stuff.
You and this choking,
So
man.
hold on, let me tell y'all, because again,
She
I
out here
know you
killing them.
was choking. What's the safe word? I need to know the safe word.
Oh, no, ain't no safe word.
No.
When I choke, it just it's not. It's just
You got
gently.
So you just grab.
Yeah,
Choke is a
nah,
strong.
he killing me. Yeah,
You
he
choking
killing.
them out.
Yeah,
You choking them out. Um, women be lying.
Yeah, we know.
Women be lying, huh?
Women be lying.
About
She liked her ass smacked.
okay. So it was like a reverse psychology type thing.
Yeah.
Just
and it
like
could
when
be
they
by who?
say,
By who?
Right.
That's why I said
I don't
we,
want you smacking my
Right.
ass.
yes,
She seen my hands. She like, you
yes,
got them heavy ass hands.
yes.
So when I did smack that ass, it left a whole red print of my hand.
I don't know about you, man. You over there beating girls, man.
Yeah,
Wait till my roll.
let's
Come on, it's not S&M around this bitch. God damn.
What's S&M?
S&M is with the
Whips and chains.
yeah.
But then I also had a girl who liked S&M.
Okay. Also, let's talk about it. How do you know? How do you get? Because you got a lot of you got a lot going on. I mean, you're open to a lot.
Most definitely.
So how do you know?
Because I communicate.
Okay.
I mean, like I said, we do have relations, right? For the first
Mhm.
time, I'm like, hey, do you like it with flat tongue, small tongue? You like
Mhm.
this, fast? You know what I mean? I asked with a
I'm
whip.
You
uncomfortable.
ask. I'm gonna be honest. That would turn me
When is
on.
this?
That
I'm not embarrassed.
When is this?
I'm
When,
not
let you
embarrassed.
cook. I'm gonna let you cook. Go ahead. You ask.
I'm not embarrassed.
Wait, go back.
when is
You said
this?
what?
Because
You said with what?
He said.
Like,
He said with the game size. Do you want me to throw it up here?
do you want it over here? Do you want it this
Do
I can give you anything you
Good
handle.
one.
but see, by me asking these, they feel more comfortable.
What?
When does this conversation happen?
Yes.
Happening?
Come on.
Usually, all right. So like, if it's our first time, or it's like, hey, or even
First,
like
Wait.
I'm saying
Right.
like
first
first.
time, like having that conversation about sex.
So this is like a few dates away or what?
Okay.
Oh, it depends on the person.
So you asking that on the first date at times?
No, not me. They
Okay.
ask.
Wait. They asking if you like it over here. Do you like it over
You
there
know,
with the butt of the whistle? Do you?
you a thick nigga. How big is your dick? And like stuff like that.
Really? Where are you?
Okay. So
I'm right.
I exit that.
Okay, because I could.
I get asked, but no, me initially, it's like months down the road. And I
Hold
ask
on,
these.
ladies. I gotta get ladies. Y'all asking how big? What they asking? How big, thick, big,
Mm,
thick? Do you do it over here? Do you blow it in the whistle? Do you what? Y'all
yeah.
ask. Type in the comment. Type in the chat. Give me some questions to ask, cause y'all wild. Go ahead.
No, but you know what I mean. Well, like I said, I'm open. I'm not embarrassed to have that conversation with a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Never.
You know,
Well,
I don't think it's about being open or embarrassed. Just it's this
it's
thing
about
called
being careful.
oversharing. Being
You got to, especially nowadays. You say one thing out of line, you up on a case.
Yeah, I'm already know.
that would shooketh me if we were on a date and you were like,
No,
"Hey,
don't be dates. I don't be on a date asking these.
do you
It's like
like
we're on
it
the phone.
flat? Do you like it if I use my middle finger?"
Yeah,
I would be
So,
like,
if do you kind of look? I mean, do you kind of judge women if they
yeah.
kind of like early on, like,
Mm,
but you still do it?
"So, oh, this is another good question. Okay, does that because there was another episode that I had, and the guy said that in that moment, that's when he would shift and know where he's going with that woman.
exactly.
Is that
It all depends on the conversation that you have.
mm. So do y'all go in knowing how y'all feel about the woman? Or does what they say, what they put out or don't put
What
out?
they put out was what it was the information that I gather from the
Mhm.
young lady or the women. Yes.
Yeah,
And because I
these
said
are.
before you answer, and I'm gonna say this because I say that say y'all know it's the thing where the girlies out there they say, well, or we're hearing a guy knows immediately when he want to marry you. A guy knows immediately. It don't take a guy that's long. So this is what I'm trying to get us to understand.
I definitely knew my wife was different when I met her. I
I'm
knew that
different.
from the
Yeah,
jump.
I'm different.
I
Yeah, we
mean,
do.
Pull up to the
as far
scene.
as certain women, I wasn't before I met my wife.
Mhm.
I wasn't even in the mindset of trying to look for anything serious. So dealing with certain women and then coming across her genuine personality or whatever, it was just completely different. So I knew whether I knew I was gonna marry her or not, I
Mhm.
just knew that this was somebody I want to spend my time with.
I think we look for we kind of already know the type of girl you are. Like it's like
Yeah.
kind of like, of course, we don't know you fully until we really get to know you,
Mhm.
but kind of like that shell auto, we kind of know like, damn, this is even like this is somebody like how you are and how we
Mhm.
interact with you and how you carry yourself.
Right.
Those things like that is like, damn, she seemed cool. She
Mhm.
seemed like that. That'll make you want to kind of go further and dive in a little further to kind of like, if you kind of like loud and just too like it's like nah. But if you the one that I mean, not don't get me wrong, get some quiet ones that's
Yeah.
loud too. But I'm just saying like it'll let us want to kind of dive in and get it. You kind of almost know, what I mean, when now that whole thing about marrying somebody early and stuff like that, I don't believe that. I feel like you got to get to know people.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you won't really know that.
Yeah, yeah,
Like that's later on down the line.
because people
But
change.
you know
Women
that's who you want to
change.
be with.
Write
I,
that down.
I
Yeah.
think women change more than men.
People change.
Absolutely. No, that's facts. And yes, if I had $1 for every time that I heard men are simple, I would
Very
this
simple.
studio would be on somebody's
Yeah.
rooftop mansion right now, okay?
Very
Because
simple.
men are simple. And yes, we do change
Mhm.
everything. We change our the only thing the only thing that probably stay the same with us is our favorite color.
That's it.
It's been
Yeah.
pink and purple since I was born, and that is not gonna change, and that is all. But the way I used to like my hair, the way I used to my favorite movies don't change either. But yes, but y'all, what y'all liked then, y'all favorite car, y'all favorite football team, is probably the same.
We're a little
So
bit more loyal.
yeah. So how much are y'all holding us accountable at the times that you do change because y'all forever changing, right?
We are
So
forever
do we have to
changing.
pay attention since we so simple? We gotta pay attention all the time and just notice every time you change.
Yep.
Mm,
Because if we don't, it
yes.
shouldn't be a big deal. Like, okay, I can't get to the point where I do pay attention, but for me being so simple, facts is I'm not paying attention to every single time you change your mind on something.
Hmm. Y'all heard that?
So I saw this
That was
this
good.
this clip
Now you got
on
me upset.
Instagram. It was saying most when when you get when most women kind of tend to like when you get a woman and you kind of marry her and everything like that. When a man chooses a woman, eventually the woman starts like she's one way at the beginning. She wants to make sure she's doing everything right. She want to make sure you choose her, so she's going to do everything right in the
Pick me.
beginning, and then as you go along, she'll start talking to you a little different. Once she got you,
Mm-hmm.
she'll start treating you a little different, talking to you a little different and things like that. She kind of almost like maybe even to you could say lose a little respect for you,
Right,
right?
right.
Like it's like they get a little bit of like the more you do for them, the
Mm-hmm.
more they kind of like
Mm-hmm.
not saying all, but sometimes
Mm-hmm.
they could lose a little respect for it. The better man you become,
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
more they talk to you a little bit different, as opposed to early on,
Mm-hmm.
it's like they kind of like don't. They kind of like, you know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Mhm.
And vice versa, as far as men, early on, we kind of like we kind of do and go as we please or whatever like that. But once we decide you the one we want to be, we'll never disrespect you. We respect you, we
Mhm.
respect you even more. We
Mhm.
love you even more and stuff like that. And it's just like we kind of like tend to like treat you a little bit better, treat you different because but women, it seems like when you do, sometimes I saw that
It's
take
the
and I'm like, damn, for
opposite.
some people that's true. It's like
Mhm.
when you kind of like, the more you kind of like try to become a better man and doing everything right, it's just like, that's why they say nice guys finish last. Because
Right,
once you
right.
become that nice guy, it seems like you go through more issues and more
Mhm.
Yep.
problems
That's
sometimes.
why you got to be a nigga half the time.
Okay, that's
Or
or
Get
or
married.
no, but I'm saying or like in the beginning we doing the things that they like, she like.
We
So
doing too much.
when we start not being as consistent, that's when the attitude can be changing too.
Exactly.
yes, but I'm going to because y'all know I'm not biased. Yes, but I don't even think that that's fair because here's my thing, ladies, and what is consistency, right? Consistency is very subjective, and I think that sometimes consistency is based on the mood, right?
Right.
Because I'm gonna be honest, when it comes to women, we be lying.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my mama don't like that word. She will pop me in my mouth right now if she heard me say lying.
Lying.
Mhm.
Women, we don't always tell the truth up front. I'm gonna give y'all an example. I like flowers, right? I'm not saying myself, but well, no, I do like flowers. But just because I like flowers, right? And when we're dating in the beginning, you start giving to me every week. Every week you sending me flowers, right? Now we together 5 years, and maybe you don't give me flowers as much. Maybe it's once a month or now it's special occasions. But we're together 5 years. You know how many other things that you have done for me in that 5 years?
Right,
So the
exactly.
flowers, maybe it wasn't flowers. Maybe it was my favorite candy bar one day. It wasn't that. So because you miss a week or a month or I don't get the flowers anymore, it's not fair for me to call you inconsistent.
Right. So for that, I'm not speaking on anything specific. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just saying in general, as far as a relationship, just being consistent of how I make you feel. It don't have to be just the flowers. It can be overall.
Right. But again, defending my fellas and going against my
Yeah.
ladies, we don't always how we feel the consistency it doesn't always match. That's what I'm saying. Some women, percentage over here, they complain about the consistency based on their mood when sometimes they
No,
ain't
no, of
really,
course, yeah,
you know.
I definitely get that.
So I know, but I feel you on that because
No,
it
niggas.
happens sometimes. I feel you
Y'all
on that.
100% hungry.
But what I think though is that y'all know I love my fellas and I'm hearing y'all, but
Yeah.
I think y'all put so much pressure on y'all when sometimes the women be faking a
No, no,
funk
no.
though.
I got a question for you.
I definitely call it out. Like even with that, like you said, it's certain to the mood, and I definitely agree with that because I definitely call it out. Like if you
He
say
does.
this, and I'm like, well, what about this or what about this? That could be me being petty, but I'm gonna call it out because, like you said, it just goes, it fluctuates. So,
How is your female fan base? Like, how do they receive you? Because you like, because so the whole thing, women don't take accountability, and you kind of like
you're not
tend to kind of
biased.
like, yeah,
Right.
you kind of tend to kind of sometimes call them out. So I'm curious as to, do you have like a
I don't hear from them.
at all? So you got more male base, okay? Okay.
And the ones that I do hear from, they more comment in the, but it's very rare. I'm gonna be honest. It's the percentage. I can like I don't even have enough examples to tell you because I don't hear from them. I hear people saying, I mean, maybe one or two, been like, you should get me on. I'm like, I don't do the women,
So you don't
because
do women at
You don't do
all?
women?
I
Why
don't
not?
do because I want to hear you guys' perspective uninterrupted.
So you would never do like say two and two, like say how we are woman and a
So
male.
those are the things that I do in person.
Okay.
Your
If
kind.
y'all know your girl and y'all in the LA area, every month I do a keepsake mixer called the Battle of Perspectives. And that's when I have a male and a female panel. So I'll have two males, two females from all different walks. You know, I have a married man, unmarried woman, whoever, right?
Got you.
And that's where it goes. So I've been doing that since 2016. But coming out of that, I understand how you guys are always cut off. You guys are always like in the audience when I have it, all you hear, like my fellas will be that y'all will be cooking, y'all be shit. I'll be like, whoa, you
Wow.
girl, what you did you hear what he said? I'll be like, let him cut. So I decided that's why I said to come on the show because
Got
there's
you.
nobody here to interrupt. If they saying what they saying, they in their living room,
So this
or
is
they
our
can type in the
platform for
case.
the
This is
fellas.
Right.
definitely for the
Okay.
fellas.
I
And for
feel
me,
empowered now.
even I don't even say much. I might have a question too, but I answer all the questions and I learn a lot as well. I learn so much from you guys, and I do pass it on, but the male and the female thing is in person, but I will. Who knows? I can branch off and get another one. Get
You think
everybody.
the women watching though? Do they really want to know
Yeah, they
Yes.
watching. Yeah.
So if I do get any feedback, it is that. It is more of they're watching. They do want to know, but that don't mean that they still not like.
Right. Oh, that's going
But
in.
exactly, and my fellas, y'all just sometimes y'all just be like, forget it. I ain't gonna say nothing no
You gotta
more.
be that way sometimes.
That's the best way to do it because it's sometimes it's like kind of pointless if I know you just gonna keep coming aggressive. Look, we gotta meet energy with energy. So if you're
You
gonna
can't do
keep doing
energy
it,
with
I
energy.
can't do that to you. So
Right.
I gotta fall
Because you
back.
know why, Alan? You're gonna be over aggressive.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I gotta fall. I'm a man.
Right.
I'm a man, so I
Exactly.
But
gotta
then it's
fall
like,
back.
but you know how I get past that? You hungry?
Oh, and
No, but see, the thing is,
that
I'm
works.
not fond
That
on
works for
kissing
me.
ass and
I
something. I'm
am.
not saying that you
I'm
do, but
hangry.
I'm not kissing ass. If we
Yeah.
arguing, we arguing, and whatever we get to
You just
peace,
aggressive. That's why I just
that's when
said.
we're gonna come to peace.
Oh,
But I'm not
Conrad's
gonna
there.
say in the midst of argument, I just said this on one of the last podcasts, probably a couple episodes ago.
Yeah.
She tried to come give me a hug, and I'm
Mhm.
like, "Nah, leave me alone. We ain't doing that."
Okay.
See, this is what happens when you're an aggressive ass polar bear in the ice all day long
So you don't
by
want the
yourself.
hug? That was
No,
some initiation right
in the
there.
midst of an
That was
argument,
some
no,
initiation.
because it's like
Your wife like, come here, come on.
it's because it's like for the most part, we're not in a bad situation. But for me, I don't want to argue.
Right, right,
You know what I'm saying? And then you know how some women are. You know, you guys can keep poking. So if you want to argue, okay, so now we there.
right.
So now my attitude or my anger is risen, and then in the midst of it, you
But
want
you
to
don't like
come.
arguing, so it should automatically come down.
No, I don't, because it's gonna take a lot for
Yeah,
some men to
trust
get
me.
there.
But see, at least you have at least your wife don't get you like that shit.
So yeah, I'm just like, leave me alone. I'm already here. Let me calm down now. I
Right.
don't want no hug. I don't want no kiss. I don't want to hold your hand.
Okay,
You know what I'm
so
saying?
But if she say if you want to hold my butt, would you hold her butt?
I'm not doing nothing.
he don't feel
I'm getting away from the
he ain't
Hold
in the
situation.
my
mood.
butt is crazy.
He ain't
What?
in the mood for nothing.
His
Yeah.
wife. I'm
Okay,
talking about
this
his
is
wife.
good.
I'm
So
just
now
saying.
my
Ain't
question
nobody like hold my
is,
butt.
But
how
would you?
do you we holding butts?
I'm not
I'm
listening.
holding my
What'd you say?
if I had a wife, she said hold my butt, and I'm mad. That's a come on,
And
come
you
on.
over it.
Yes, I'm done.
So the question is, how do you let her know that? Because of course, it's the way to open the doors. You know, that's why we kind of toot it and we be like, bring it in, because you know it is.
She
You
gonna
know,
rub his butt on him while he sleep.
so do guys when you over it, do you grab the butt? We grab the butt.
Eventually, yeah, I'll come around.
Okay.
And it's not for me. It's not. I'm going straight to that because I want understanding.
Okay.
What if we had this conversation? We got to come to an understanding. I'm not just gonna go straight and just
Mm-hmm.
forget about it. That's just not how I'm
Mm-hmm.
wired.
That conversation.
I need a conversation.
You're willing to sit down and be vulnerable and shit.
Even if
Mm-hmm.
we still disagree with it, at least we come into some type of understanding.
And
But
then
she
we can
wasn't
grab
vulnerable
butts.
Yeah.
when she was cussing me the fuck out. So now I'm.
Are you vulnerable? Oh
Mm-mm.
Hey,
no.
I'm single.
Wait, what?
I'm single.
So that means you're not vulnerable?
My mama made me this way.
he crying right now. You see the tears in his
Oh, I see the tears in
I
your
got leaky
eyes.
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 Oh, does being around them make you want to be married?
That's a question I've never thought about.
That's because you in the keepsake corner. This is
I've
what we
never
do
thought
up in
about
here.
that. Being
Let's
around
think
two
about
married
it.
niggas, do
Let's think about
it's
it.
like
Does it make
I
you
don't.
really want to be
You know
married?
why? Because ever since they've been married, I've always been there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you
Right.
know what I mean. These are my brothers, and it never really made me want to be married. Like I learned they in Disneyland. I was with my wife
No.
at Disneyland. Like
Yeah.
I've never been that way.
Okay. They
And plus,
just.
the women in my life are just raggedy as shit. I'm just messing.
So, do you have y'all ever, brought any of the wives, homegirls to meet? Oh,
No, I don't do
the
No.
way Antron's face
that.
just switched. She was, oh, don't do that.
Nah, I mean, whatever you do on your own is what you doing.
Yeah,
I don't really
yeah.
do that. So,
I ain't
No,
trying to play no matchmaker. I
nah,
ain't doing none of that.
nah.
Yeah,
the
we don't.
wives never did that.
We don't do that.
Nah.
I mean,
No.
That's
They
like
it's
they cut
happened organically, probably through
yeah.
some of my friends, but I don't.
Okay.
I've
Because
never been.
they come around like I have Christmas parties. I missed last year, but I have Christmas parties and they be there. So
Mm-hmm.
if they end up genuinely connecting, then that's that. But I ain't finna say here. This is who. No, I ain't doing that.
Why
Mm.
not?
No, I ain't
Oh,
doing
like
that.
why y'all ain't hooked me up?
Yeah.
He
Why
like,
not? Y'all
what's
like it
up?
like that?
He want to grab
I ain't
booty.
hugging nobody else.
Yeah,
Though.
I'm not. Don't hold
John said,
me
listen,
I ain't put
accountable
none
for
of my
I
nothing.
ain't
family
even
through
finna
this.
think of no
Yeah.
excuse.
Be
It's up.
choking them and talking. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I mean, I don't know.
You did give me my first, my oldest son's baby mama.
All right, you messed out. Though. I'm done.
He
I was Dr.
done.
Love. Know
One
what I
and
mean?
done.
Oh, so
That
that
was
was you.
it.
Ah,
Yeah,
That's why he ain't doing it no
That's
more.
why I
That's
stopped.
okay.
I
exactly
mean,
why he ain't
I
doing it
don't know.
no
You
more.
said
it
a
was running
mama?
smooth. It was running smooth. I mean,
that was
Somebody
it.
started
But
lying.
yeah, don't hold me accountable for nothing. If y'all just happen to come across each other, have a good
nah, you
conversation, y'all do that on your own.
gotta let grown people be grown
Yeah.
people, man.
So I hate to think about this question, but you guys been married for 2 decades.
Yeah.
But I always wonder when you guys, when it's done, when y'all break up, right?
Well, who break up?
Well, that's why it's hard to decide because I just want to know how it is with the exes coming around after that. But y'all don't have exes. Can your exes still come
I
around
got
if
exes.
they
I had a
deep?
couple little chicks that
But
been.
I'm talking as deep in the family, like that could
Oh,
still
no.
come over to the barbecue. So I can't ask
Yeah,
y'all.
no, I ain't
Oh,
got
can
none.
can your ex still come to the bar if they cool with your mama? You know your mama cool. She made
Everybody,
you. She made you that way.
yeah, everybody cool. My mama.
So they can still
My
come to the
mama see an ex.
barbecues.
Like, oh, I ran into such and such and such and such.
If that was the case with my wife, I can hypothetically speak.
Right.
If that was the case, she will, because her and my mom are very close.
Right.
She will be still coming around.
Oh, you mean as far as yeah?
Yes.
My baby mama's, yeah, my mama
I mean,
cool
well,
with them.
we all know
I know. That's why
that.
I'm like, yeah, I
Because
can't even
you
ask that
can't really
question.
even like that's like you don't know how that would. I don't even
Cause
want to
see,
think about that.
I wanted to be the one that still came around to the barbecues, and it just wasn't received very well, and I didn't understand
From the
why.
family?
No, from him.
From him? Oh, I mean, well, of course.
Not
But
him.
Like,
Because
why?
he want to still be a
I
bully.
don't
I
want you
wanted
popping
to
up
be.
at
yeah,
my.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't really want that either
We
as a
have a
man.
kid. So let me tell y'all a specific situation, right? So we have a kid and they have a barbecue and they live around the corner from me. I had a whole nail appointment. I was cool with dropping my kid off, right? The family was cool with me. That wasn't a problem. He was the only one that had a problem with me. I don't know why.
You know why?
So
That's what I'm
I don't know.
talking.
Right.
he
I don't
was
know
Let me
why.
just throw that out
that
there.
was so perfect on cue because in my head I said the same thing, right? Then you just said so
Women
anyway.
be lying,
There you go. There
lying.
you go.
Women don't be telling the truth in the beginning.
No.
So I went and I dropped my kid off. The family loved me, right? So I go in and they're like, oh my God, hey, Kenya, hey. So like my man O said, I was about to walk out and go to my nail appointment. I hear the cousin say, what, O? You want a plate?
Mm.
Of course I
And you
want a
like
plate.
shouldn't have.
Of
Cause
course,
they
right?
know they don't know crazy can you.
Of course I want a plate.
You
Hold
didn't
on. You
even
know
hear
what
that. You
I'm
say what y'all say?
saying?
Somebody
Right.
said
Right,
something.
right.
Daisy can wait. That was my nail lady at the time. I'm gonna get this plate. So I get my plate and I'm minding my business, eating my plate because they are Belizean and Belizean food is delicious. So I'm never gonna turn that down. Next thing you know, I the uncle come and pass me the phone like somebody want to talk to you. He wasn't even there, right? And he goes, I'm on the phone like you wasn't invited. Wait, what? Because your family just gave me a plate. So now I got to cancel Daisy and my nail appointment because now I'm really staying. But anyway, that was a long time ago. I've
Y'all loud, you
elevated.
got
I'm
just
no
that.
longer that. I've elevated. But I was just saying, he
She
wasn't
said
even
I was
there.
in the petty world. She said
I
you
was.
being extra petty.
I've elevated though. I am no longer petty. Your girl is a relationship coach, and she teaches you how to unlearn and relearn relationship skills. And I had to unlearn. So anyway, that's my disclaimer. But I say that to say I was just chilling. Why I can't come get a play? And I got your child. What was the issue? But I found out that his current girlfriend
That was
went in
about
the
to ask.
house and called and
Yeah,
was like, she's sitting down with a plate. And he
that's how it always goes.
what I do?
That's
What
how it always
I
goes.
do?
Yeah. It's
I mean,
if you
I
cool
love that story too,
if you
actually.
cool with the peeps, but that the thing is with that you kind of like knew that y'all might have run into each other if you stayed, right?
Yes, but
Yeah.
here's the thing. I again never had a problem with this lady. I never even really talked to
Yeah, but
her.
it's
We
not
never
about
had.
y'all. It's about you and him. And
Oh,
it's about you. I mean, it's not even about your child because
which it should have
you
been,
just
right?
yeah, it's yeah, but it's the energy is between you and him, not the people's. Like the
Yeah,
people's like you.
right.
It's between you and him, and y'all possibly could have ran into each other. So for me, if I was in that situation, I'm like, nah, I'm cool. I'm gonna let y'all have that and I'm out of here because I know it might turn into something.
man just want to be keeping
He
drama.
wasn't even there, Alan.
But we
Was he gonna show up?
No, he was at
but
work.
our
So
job
okay, so he wasn't gonna show up and he still called you.
because his
Well, that's
girl was
different.
there. So We just want to keep
His
drama
girl
down.
says something. So since his girl says
Oh,
something,
hold up. So his new girl was there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
As
He
I
got
saw
you.
said,
her.
she
I got
called.
okay.
She went in the house and called, and
You
I guess was
enjoying the
like,
food still. You
Okay,
don't get
yeah.
to enjoy the
I
food
can't
no
take
more.
my food to the nail
Nah, you
shop.
don't get to. You can take it to the nail
no,
shop. You sitting
yeah,
down
yeah,
though.
you should.
Talking about, ooh, this food good. I remember this. I mean,
I
I mean-
remember this.
nah, but
I mean, you still made
yeah, nah,
All right,
nah, nah.
fine, whatever. I just feel like that, but that's my whole point. I don't want no beef. I don't want no energy. Why we just could? I really, and I say this all the time. And Alan know who my daughter's father is. I really wanted to be cool. I wanted to be friends. I wanted to co-parents. Like so, fellas, because I really still be trying to understand. I mean, not. I try to understand for myself. Not that I need an understanding from him, but I try to understand for myself. Why couldn't we be cool? So this is just to answer your question. I know why. He just really had I believe he really just had beef with me because I didn't want to be with him. I didn't want to be with him. I am understanding that I broke up the family dynamic. He was shook it. I get all of that. I take accountability
But that was
for
all
not
of
really
it.
I
doing
gotta
that.
hear his side.
But but why why couldn't we just
Cause he didn't call
co-parent?
you because he didn't want to be with you. He called you to get your ass up out of here.
No, he called his uncle phone and said, "Uncle,
Right. You
get
know
on
how
the
much you got to
phone."
do to call your uncle,
Exactly.
bro?
He didn't even ring my phone because
Well, he had to because she called him. His new girl called him.
right.
So
He
he
wanted to
had
have
to.
some type of authority.
Interesting.
Or he did not want to do nothing because he didn't want her to feel a certain way. She probably would have been like, "Oh, you ain't gonna do nothing." Like,
Yeah,
what the fuck you want me
that's
to
the
do?
authority.
What? Okay. What's the big deal?
That she was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like I need to know all. I can't like give it
I mean, we
everything.
just speaking
Yeah,
on what's
I don't
given.
know
Yeah.
all the things because
Yeah.
Kenya is just like I don't know.
Oh,
I
we
ain't
know
even
lying
doing
ass
nothing.
Kenya. We know
Well,
lying
Yeah,
ass
high
Kenya.
pitch like he just wanted to be with me, and I don't know.
because
Like,
yes, I still only have my side of the story, right?
you
And
ain't telling us about when you
but
burned his clothes up and shit.
no, I didn't. The clothes were not. That's not the story. It was another story, but I did not burn clothes. I did not burn clothes.
Tires flattened.
Um, that was not him.
Windows
I
broke.
was younger. I've elevated. I've elevated.
So
Okay.
you went through the whole tantrum thing.
No, no. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, my side of the story. I only have my side of the story because literally when I broke up with him, when we split, whatever the case was, we had an estranged relationship. Like he did not talk to me. He didn't want nothing to do with
Oh,
me
you heard him.
at all. My daughter was 5. She is now 22 years old. Do you know to this day I have not talked to that man. So it's a joke, but it's serious. I don't know that man. Like I don't know him. We haven't had a discussion. We haven't. Now again, that was I'm gonna say here and there, but I can really count on one hand out of what's that 12 years on when we've been in the same place for our child, right? So
School
I say that to
graduations.
say when I dropped my daughter off there, I really didn't understand what the beef was. Me and him didn't argue about money. I never took him for child support ever. We didn't argue about money the day before that. We didn't argue about I don't talk to that man, right? So for him to have that much animosity towards me, I don't understand why. So I am gonna say this is my side of the story because this is all I have. I couldn't even tell you an argument that I wish I could sit up here and be like, we argued about. We ain't even had an argument, y'all. I have no experiences except for me trying to fight for him to at least see his child because I'm a daddy's girl. So I couldn't understand on how any man, just because they broke up with the parent, wanted nothing to do with his child. And now I've always said I never call myself a baby mama, but I've always said to myself that I wasn't a bad person. Like I never threatened him for child support. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I was turned up. I really wanted him to babysit all the time. You could have your kid. I'm trying to go out with my friends. I'm trying to do this. You want your kid? You want your kid? You want your. He was the one like, So I guess I had to slow down because your girl was in these streets, okay? So again, I know that was a lot, and this wasn't even about me, y'all. But I like talking to my fathers, my fellas, about that because it would seem that I was the problem. I'm the firecracker, and we did have a personality clash. But whatever me and him went through, I don't care. he should not have disappeared out of his daughter's life the way he did.
No,
Well,
I
we
I don't
Then
care if I was the. I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you
Mhm.
say that. But for me, I don't care if I did take him for child because I again hear horror stories from my fellas about their baby mamas. If I did half of that, I wouldn't be sitting up here talking to y'all about this today. But I really feel for me, outside of the feelings, he had a break. He could have done anything.
right. All right.
Go
well,
ahead.
like you said, as a father, yeah, I would do anything for to see my kids. But we only hearing this, so it's kind of hard to judge where it went wrong if we don't know
Right, right,
why
right.
he took the steps he took.
Mhm.
Well,
So
it's not
Now
hard to be
they
a dad to stay in your kid's life, though.
I mean, yeah, those are two different things though, because that's the kids' relationship. So yeah, I don't understand
Well,
why fathers don't do, why they make it
might
clash to
not have a
where
relationship
I
with you,
can't be
but
with
have a
my
relationship with
kids,
with his baby.
but you and him is totally different. So we would have to see what's going on from that to try to judge the situation.
And I hear you, and I receive that, and I'm cool with that. Like that's what I've been with. That right there is what I have been living with for all this time here. Now they're 22. I mean they're 22. She's 22, and they have a relationship. So I'm never knocking it. That's all I ever. It's not up to me. She's 22. They have a relationship now. That's fine. But again, why did I? And again, maybe it's a daddy's girl mentality, right? I'm a daddy's girl. I could never just understand why. Like
You will never get that way.
okay.
Leave it
Well,
alone, bro.
it's well, I mean, now since they have a relationship,
Don't
it's for
matter
her.
really
It
at this
don't
point.
It's
right.
for
Yeah.
her to
Exactly.
understand. So
Mm,
she's asking him that questions. They having that dialogue. Why?
mm-hmm.
You
So
might get
he
it from
don't.
her,
That's just
Yeah,
how men
maybe.
are, though. We kind of
Yeah.
like, so even us talking to each other, like we don't just if we come talking to each other, we're not just taking just one side of it. It's like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
well, we kind of digging in, asking questions because we want to know, okay, well,
Logically.
what did you do, or what, but what do you think you could have did or said anything different, or what could you? So that's how we do. So that's why we
Yeah.
can't just take one side. Men are a little bit. We were like, hey, hold on, especially if we know who we dealing with.
Yeah.
It's like, you know,
We more emotionally balanced.
Yes, but I also think that it's because my daughter was involved. Like I
Yeah.
would get all that if it was me and him. Like if you tell, oh, I broke his heart, okay, that's cool. Me,
well,
you
that's the
can,
only
hey,
part we talking
women,
about. I
you
ain't
can
talking
do
about.
all that. Like I don't care if you don't ever have a relationship after me. If you blame the reason why you don't ever get like that part, I think I'm still just stuck on the father part though. Like,
Yeah, no, no, that's not
is
what
it
we.
just?
Yeah,
I mean, I can't even. I don't even. It's not about
no,
being
that's different. That's
justified or
that's
not.
that's a whole different thing. We was just talking about the
Got it. Well,
relationship
no,
between you guys.
and
But
I
yeah,
and I get that, but I think that that's what a lot of women and that we try to understand too, because outside of the fatherhood and all of that good stuff, we always hear from the guys that that first heartbreak is over, right? The first heartbreak, we don't care if the guy is 9, and then again, it's different from y'all because y'all been with y'all wives since y'all was 16,
right,
17, or
right.
whatever. But from the other people, they're like, or for the single guys right now that are single and they're up in age. They're like, oh yeah, because Tanika at 9, she had me effed up, and I ain't never looked at women the same, or not even 9, it could be 17. That first heartbreak, guys
no, I didn't.
start to look at women like different. It's over.
I done went through some little things before my when I was with Sabrina. It's like that happened that kind of had me like, hey,
Mhm.
I don't trust women, or I don't, but then you
Mm-hmm.
kind of like, and that probably had me moving a certain way back then too, like, and
Mm-hmm.
kind of brought out some of my ways and stuff like that. But I mean, it could happen till you learn yourself. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
I can't even
Yeah.
see the time. Alan, can you see that? I got it with my
That's seven
glasses.
46.
No, I mean, how long we been recording?
Where is it at? I can't
In the
see it.
little red box right there. Is it over an hour?
Probably so. I think.
Look at that. Look, and I done sat up here. I was like, we do an hour, but see, we get into the rooter and the tutor of things. How you doing on time? Y'all wanna get a little 10, 15 minutes in?
Think
All right.
he,
Yeah, I got it. I got to help my wife with some stuff. She's working on the project.
See,
So
look at that. That right there is support, y'all. You see that support? You gotta go help the wife with the project. Well, oh, see, y'all, this was good right here. So what I'm gonna do real quick, we're gonna wrap this up real quick. I usually do a quick fire a quick fire keepsake, but I'm gonna just end it with this one last question so y'all can let me know and the girlies know, and then we can wrap it up however y'all want to. Give y'all last comments, y'all last shout outs, whatever y'all want to. So my last question is, what's something women think men care about in relationships that y'all really don't?
Their appearance, not to the fact that we want them looking crazy, but I think they go too much, and that's cool because you want to look good for your man, but I think you think we too meticulous on your looks when we really not. We know you look good, and you are more meticulous about your looks than we are.
I received that because I needed to hear that. Go ahead. Thank you.
Yeah,
What say
go ahead.
you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good question.
I'm
That
just
we
the
care
same.
about, that we really don't.
Yeah.
Because I mean, yeah, I probably, I mean, I would probably piggyback off that. I think more so when you at home and just chilling and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We're not big on some of the things that women probably think because we, you could have on something like, just, I mean, just regular, and we kind of touchy feely. We just, and you would think like women kind of would want the men that you've been together with somebody for 20 years. It's like you would still want that person to be on you like that, because so I think, and then because I seen this clip of the girl was like, every time I get dressed, this man is on me and he's touching, and it's like, I mean, you would think if your man wasn't doing that, wouldn't it be a problem? Like, you know what I mean? Because, so I think, yeah, we always gonna be little boys at heart, man. We don't, y'all walk around with things we don't see all the time. I mean, well, we don't, you know what I mean? Women don't understand that. It's like we're boys at heart, so you guys walk around with it, and we just, and then with our wives, we like it and we want it and stuff like that. But I don't know.
What say you?
Me,
Yeah.
I would say phone.
Land the plane. Oh,
I
land the
don't, I
plane.
don't, I don't like talking on the phone. I'd rather have you with me than sitting there talking on the phone more than anything else. Texting or call. I mean, talking. I'm not a phone person.
Y'all hear that, ladies? Well, we out this piece. Unless y'all got something else to say.
One thing
One
for
thing for
sure.
sure on YouTube. Go check us out.
All day, baby.
Yeah,
Peace.
we out.